Picture this. In less than 24 hours, someone performs in front of tens of thousands of fans packed into one of the biggest stadiums in North America, watched by hundreds of millions of people worldwide during the live broadcast of the FIFA World Cup final. And just one day earlier, he had wrapped up a sold-out concert run in Paris. No time to breathe, no time for jet lag, just stage, flight, stage again. This is the story of Jimin, the BTS member who, over the past few weeks, has powered through one of the most packed schedules of his career. From city to city across Europe, to the biggest stage in the world of sports, and finally, home to Seoul. If you're curious about everything that happened, and how the world reacted to his performance, stick around till the end. Because this story is way more dramatic than you'd think. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest updates on BTS and its members. In this video, we're breaking down Jimin's whirlwind journey over the past few weeks, from his departure for Europe to continue the Arirang World Tour, to his iconic moment at the 2026 FIFA World Cup final, a small controversy that had netizens talking, and finally, his return to Incheon International Airport in Seoul. Ready? Let's start from the beginning. It all started in late June 2026. Jimin was spotted departing through Incheon International Airport to continue BTS's Arirang World Tour onto Europe. As always, his airport appearance instantly grabbed attention. His simple, yet stylish outfit made his departure one of the most talked about airport fashion moments of the week. This European leg was no small undertaking. BTS was scheduled to perform in 5 different countries, kicking off with a concert in Madrid, Spain, continuing through several other major European cities, and finally wrapping up with a show in Paris, France, in mid-July. Just imagine the pace. Every few days, moving to a new country, adapting to a new stage, new weather, a new language, all while still delivering their absolute best for thousands of army members coming from every corner of Europe. This isn't just about physical stamina. It takes an incredible amount of mental endurance too. Throughout their time in Europe, moments of BTS connecting with local army were widely shared across social media. Thousands of fans singing along in unison, high-energy choreography, and small onstage interactions that always managed to make the concerts feel warm and personal, even thousands of miles from home. What's interesting is that the Arirang Tour was designed from the start as a massive, multi-continent journey, spanning legs across Asia, North America, and Europe. Each leg has its own distinct audience energy. In Asia, the crowd energy tends to be explosive, with thousands singing along in Korean lyrics they already know by heart. In Europe, on the other hand, plenty of touching moments happen when local audiences, despite coming from entirely different cultural backgrounds, still get completely swept up in the same energy, singing along, and even tearing up watching their idols perform live in their own hometowns. During this European leg, Jimin was also spotted several times warmly interacting with fans in the front rows, flashing smiles in ways that never failed to lift the concert atmosphere even higher. Little moments like these were quickly reshared by fan accounts across platforms, proof of just how closely the public tracks every small gesture from BTS members, even in the middle of such a jam-packed touring schedule. And as it turned out, this hectic European schedule was only the beginning. Because the moment their final Paris concert wrapped, Jimin and the rest of BTS had to rush straight to their next destination, one on an even bigger scale, the FIFA World Cup final stage in the United States. This is the part that left a lot of people stunned. BTS's final Paris concert was held on July 18, 2026. And just one day later, on July 19th, BTS had to perform in front of a global audience during the halftime show of the 2026 FIFA World Cup North America final, held at a massive stadium in New Jersey, USA. Just think about it. After giving everything on stage in front of a packed venue in Paris, they immediately boarded a flight, crossed the Atlantic, landed in the US, and had to rush straight into rehearsals to perform on one of the most closely watched stages in the history of sports. A World Cup final isn't just a soccer match. It's one of the most watched events on the planet, with an audience spanning hundreds of millions of people across countless countries at once. Many people wondered, How could they possibly still perform at their best on such an insanely tight schedule? And this is exactly where the moment that would dominate headlines in the days that followed took shape. At the 2026 FIFA World Cup final halftime show, BTS performed Dynamite, a choice that surprised quite a few fans, since most had expected them to perform Permission to Dance, a song closely associated with sports and unity themes. BTS took the stage after performances from Madonna and an orchestral segment featuring the Muppets, making them one of the headline acts of that night's halftime lineup. Each performer was given roughly a minute and a half, and BTS delivered a slightly reworked arrangement of the track for the occasion. What stole the spotlight most from this performance was Jimin. He appeared in an outfit designed to resemble a soccer jersey, complete with the number 7 on the chest, a nod to the jersey number worn by Son Heung-min, the South Korean football star who has become a symbol of national pride. This detail was quickly seen as a tribute to South Korean soccer, as well as Jimin's way of bringing together two things he takes great pride in: music and his country's sport. During the performance, Jimin showed off his vocal range with soaring high notes and choreography that stayed tightly synced with the rest of the group. The moment was enough to make viewers unfamiliar with BTS take notice. Many took to social media wondering about the blonde-haired performer who commanded the field with so much confidence. It's worth understanding just how massive this event truly is. A FIFA World Cup final isn't only about a soccer match between two of the best national teams in the world. It's also a global entertainment spectacle watched across cultures, languages, and generations. Halftime shows at an event of this scale are typically reserved for the biggest names in the music industry, and BTS's presence as one of the performers stands as clear proof that Korean music, K-pop, has truly broken into the mainstream of global entertainment, no longer just a regional phenomenon. For many ARMY, this moment felt especially meaningful, since it wasn't the first time a BTS member had performed on a stage this big. One BTS member had previously performed at a World Cup edition before this one. With BTS returning as a full group for this edition, many saw it as a sign of the group's ongoing connection to the world of international sports, as well as their continued push to reach even wider audiences with their music. Reactions from celebrities and content creators quickly flooded social feeds. YouTuber jhope, who has tens of millions of subscribers, was seen shouting in surprise while his livestream camera caught the Jumbotron displaying Jimin's face. Meanwhile, another streamer known as Neon reacted with equal excitement to Jimin's sustained high notes, even joking, mistakenly, that one of the BTS members was a woman, a comment that, in its own way, only highlighted just how striking Jimin's performance was that night, catching the attention of audiences who had never even heard of the group before. Of course, in the world of entertainment, not every moment goes without debate. After footage of BTS's halftime performance spread widely online, mixed reactions emerged about the quality of their live vocals, including comments specifically about Jimin. Some netizens felt the performance sounded remarkably solid, with barely any difference between the live vocals and the backing track. Others, however, pointed to certain moments where Jimin's voice sounded a bit unsteady, with some netizens describing it as pitchy in parts. Interestingly, plenty of voices also came to the group's defense, reminding everyone of the context behind the performance. It's worth remembering, BTS had just wrapped a concert in Paris in front of the largest crowd of their careers the night before, then immediately boarded a flight to New York, went straight into rehearsals, and performed at the first ever World Cup final halftime show, delivering a Grammy-nominated track under extreme time pressure. Realistically, anyone, no matter how talented, would feel the strain of a schedule that punishing. And this is exactly where many ARMY and music fans in general gave the group extra credit, recognizing just how professional BTS remained despite clearly demanding physical conditions. Beyond the vocals, there was another moment that became a hot topic among fans. After the performance, BTS got the chance to meet YouTuber jhope backstage. The interaction itself was a fun one. jhope even did a backflip out of sheer excitement at meeting BTS in person, a moment that had plenty of fans laughing and thoroughly entertained. But behind that fun exchange, a number of netizens focused instead on where Jimin ended up during the interaction. Some fans who studied the footage closely claimed that as the members approached show speed, Jimin ended up positioned at the very back, seemingly without the same chance to interact directly as the others. Two different perspectives emerged online. Some believe Jimin may simply have been feeling shy, or perhaps wasn't as familiar with show speed and chose to hang back on his own. Others suspected that the other members, caught up in their own excitement, unintentionally crowded Jimin out, leaving him without the chance to react in the moment the way the rest of the group did. It's important to underline that all of this is purely fan interpretation and opinion based on circulating footage, not an official statement from the agency or from BTS themselves. Still, the topic generated plenty of discussion and stirred a strong protective instinct among many fans toward Jimin, who is known for having an especially loyal fan base that pays close attention to small details like this. Some posts on social media even pointed out that in certain photo moments, another member's elbow appeared to be very close to Jimin's face, something a number of fans read as a sign of just how chaotic and possibly unintentional the crowding was, amid the excitement of meeting such a massive content creator. Regardless of the debate, one thing is certain. BTS's performance at the World Cup final remains one of the biggest highlights of their career, and this small moment of interaction only shows just how closely the public pays attention to every detail involving the group, including Jimin individually. After such a relentless run of schedules, concerts across 5 European countries, followed by a massive performance at the World Cup final, Jimin finally got the chance to head back to South Korea for some much-needed rest. His return to Incheon International Airport was met with enthusiasm from ARMY, who had been eagerly anticipating his homecoming. Social media quickly filled with posts welcoming Jimin back after such a long, exhausting, yet incredibly accomplished stretch on the road. This wasn't the first time the public witnessed a moment like this during the Arirang tour. Back in late May 2026, Jimin and 2 other members also returned to South Korea after wrapping up the first leg of their world tour in the United States. This pattern shows just how carefully structured BTS's touring schedule is. Perform intensely in one region, then head home briefly to recharge before continuing on to the next leg. This return to Seoul carries a special meaning for many ARMY. After watching their idol give everything on some of the biggest stages in the world, seeing him finally get to rest on home soil feels like part of an emotional journey in itself. A reminder that behind the spotlight and the grand stages, there's still human beings who need time to recover. During this brief period of rest, fans naturally speculated and hoped for all sorts of things from Jimin, from casual social media updates to simply hoping he'd get to enjoy some personal time before diving back into the next leg of the tour. Many ARMY also emphasized how important this rest period is from a health standpoint. Powering through such a packed international schedule, crossing time zones repeatedly within just a few weeks, performing in vastly different climates and weather conditions, and facing constant public scrutiny, clearly demands serious physical and mental recovery. Plenty of comments online expressed hope that Jimin and the rest of BTS could truly use this short window to rest fully, away from the noise of cameras and promotional schedules. Moments like this homecoming also serve as a reminder for fans to appreciate everything that happens behind the scenes of being an idol. Behind the smiles always shown on camera lies an intense training routine, an exhausting travel schedule, and constant pressure to deliver a flawless performance every single time. That's why a brief moment like coming home and reuniting with family in Seoul means so much, both for Jimin himself and for fans who share in the relief of finally seeing their idol get some rest. But don't get too comfortable. This rest period won't last long. After recharging in Korea, Jimin is scheduled to continue the Arirang World Tour with performances at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, USA, on August 2nd and 3rd. That means the North American leg of the Arirang Tour is about to kick off again, this time not long after their massive moment at the FIFA World Cup final. In a way, their World Cup performance served as a kind of warm-up and indirect promotion that's only raised the anticipation surrounding their upcoming shows at MetLife Stadium. Just think about it. Millions of people around the world just watched Jimin and BTS perform on the biggest stage in sports. Curiosity from audiences who weren't previously familiar with BTS has grown significantly, and this could bring in a wave of new concert-goers eager to see them live for the first time. Beyond the concert dates, many fans are also eager to see how this momentum will affect BTS's global popularity going forward, especially with Dynamite once again becoming a hot topic thanks to the massive platform of the World Cup stage. Stepping back and looking at the full picture of this story, one thing really stands out: consistency and dedication. In under a month, Jimin performed concerts across 5 European countries, flew across continents, took the stage at one of the most closely watched moments in the history of sports, faced all kinds of public reactions, both praise and criticism, and through it all, still chose to come home, rest briefly, and prepare to continue the long road of the world tour ahead. It's a reminder that behind the spotlight, the roaring applause, and the trending topics online, there's a process far more exhausting than what shows up on screen. Crossing countries, adapting to relentless schedules, and carrying the pressure to always perform flawlessly in front of millions of eyes. All of it comes with being a global public figure like Jimin and the rest of BTS. And maybe that's exactly why so many people around the world keep supporting their journey. Not just because of catchy music or dazzling choreography, but because of the genuine hard work they consistently show, time and time again. And that wraps up the full story of Jimin's journey, from the European leg of the tour, to his stunning performance at the 2026 FIFA World Cup final, all the way to his return home to Seoul for a brief rest before heading back out to North America in early August. So what did you think of Jimin's halftime show performance? Did you catch it live, or did you first hear about this moment through this video? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, share it with fellow ARMY who might have missed this update, and of course, subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest BTS news. See you in the next video. Sending love and support to Jimin and BTS, and see you in the next update. Bye bye, Purple Heart.